An abandoned meat-packing facility built on the fringes of the settled systems. I wonder what happened here. Something's been through here recently, but left everything in place. At least we know it wasn't the Crimson Fleet.
Either I got hit harder than I thought, or you've got some incredible timing. Regardless, I think it knows you're here. I'll unlock the door. Second floor, main building. But be quiet.
So what do we got here? Too clean to be one of the... Of course you are. My hero. At least you follow orders well. Maybe you are military. Either way, we can make this work. I'm Hadrian. I was a researcher with the UC. I came here on a rumor of a... Well, I expect you saw the results on your way in. What's left of the settlers? The work of Oxysio Machina. A terramorph. One of the nastiest aliens humanity's ever crossed paths with. And this one, well, it's something of an anomaly. Possibly a worrying one.
I can't believe that a Terramorph did all this damage. I mean, I've heard the stories, but to see the decimation firsthand.
Hush. The admin terminal's here, but if you can make it to the security... Good. Take care of yourself, and make sure you leave it...
Easy money.
Connection restored. I'll make this quick. Plant's turrets took a beating, but I should be able to get you a couple of kill lanes. Just get the thing to chase you down the alleys between the buildings, and you'll lead it right into a crossfire. Hello? Wish I'd found this earlier. You notice those sensors around the facility? Part of a livestock tracking system. Should let you keep tabs on how close the terramorph is. Not connected to this network. There should be a terminal in the adjoining room. Tune it to 183.5. Tracker's reading green. What's that sound?
Security lockdown is active.
Shit. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing and get in cover. It's on the move. Look, I wouldn't engage directly if you can avoid it. breakers on each of the buildings you can throw to get them live. Once they're online, lead the Terramorph towards the lights and watch the fireworks. You can do this. Show it messed with the wrong shock trooper.
Seeing a meat packing facility from the inside is... I'm not sure what makes its home here, but we should keep our weapons at the ready. Avenged the deaths at the colony.
Tracker's gone quiet. I suspect it's...
Wait. You did it, didn't you? Heavens above! You just flatlined a Terramorph! Oh, yeah. Taken care of.
You didn't happen to grab me a tissue sample, did... All right. I spot... My hope is I'm just overanalyzing all this.
Don't leave any of that behind.
Maybe a flax can? No. Spectrograph. This equipment, it's not set up to do a proper analysis of our sample. But this terramorph being here, of all places, it doesn't make sense. Humanity's spread plenty of creatures in our travels across the stars. Pets, livestock, pests. But terramorphs? They're different. To our knowledge, no one's ever spread them intentionally. Yet somehow, they follow us. So when humans settle a world, 70 to 100 years later, terramorphs tend to just appear. No one knows how or why. Dangerous, but at least predictable. Talseti, though, it's too young to have a native population. It's only been colonized 20 years? But then the other option, that someone captured one of the deadliest predators in the galaxy just to wipe out some settlers minding their own business? That seems awfully implausible. Which means we're either looking at a truly strange murder or a faster type of terramorph growth, the results of which could be catastrophic. Terramorph outbreaks have taken down far bigger colonies than this one. You're right. Time was, I had access to one of the best repositories of terramorph research in the galaxy. Seems a natural place to start looking, if I can figure how to access it. But we also need to get this sample properly analyzed, get confirmation on just how concerned we should be. Luckily, I think I know just the person to help with the sample. What would you say to delivering this to him for me? I'd do it myself, but I need to call in some favors. See if I can't get access to that terramorph data. Plus, maybe just pop by a hospital for a little bit. Clear it with your boss, or commander, or whoever it is that actually sent you here. You can even show them this. My gene tag. Tell them Hadrian Sanan thinks there could be more attacks on the horizon. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll recognize the name. Oh, you don't understand what a weight off my shoulders that is.
I need Dr. Percival Walker to put together a sample analysis for this thing. Full workup. He'll know.
I'm not sure exactly where to find him, but last I heard he was contracting with the trade. There's a place called the Sixth Circle in Sidonia. Bar. And here. It's not a lot, but you've definitely earned it.
Should cover the cost of fuel to Mars at least.
Now please, go do what you have to do to get that sample in the right hands. We need to know what we're dealing with here.
Move on.
Look who's back. All set with that probationary mission? We can do your debrief and formally welcome...
A terror? What?
A gene tag? Let me check the database. Huh. Here we go. Co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War. And was dismissed from duty. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though, well, we can at least be sure she knows her aliens. Certainly seems that. Did your survivor hate? This has been one of the more surprising. I did actually have another mission lined up for you, supporting UC system defense against the Crimson Fleet. Now I guess you have two options on how to proceed. Head to the UC Vigilance and help out SysDef, or deliver that sample. I'll make sure you've got the proper clearances for either path. Consider these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard. Welcome to the Navy, Captain. Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Talk to ship services. Now, if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out.
Welcome aboard the UC. Did you have any questions? Of course. So, you're the Vanguard that took down that Terramorph on Tau Ceti. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it. That must have been one hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Pardon.
Hey,
Ah, there you are. Commander Kibwe Kande, UCC. I was beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Tuala's offer. It appears he's certainly... So, now that you're part of it, this is the operation. Which is precise. We need eyes, and the catch is that... Good. I have just... Our intelligence has managed... She works for the... You'd better hope so. Once you bluff your way into the... That's where my... Eager to get going. Remember, I wouldn't expect any... Look, before you begin, I want to make something. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling. That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand... Now. That's easy to answer. We'll be monitoring your activity. When you feel you've got... Beyond that... All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously... She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only I'm afraid she's... For your own sake, basically. While you're running with... It's going to be do what you have. That's why I expect... Look, if there's a route, use your instincts. As you were.
Howdy.
All right, we don't have a lot of time. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as... If you find any records that look suspicious... Well, you better. I want data slate. For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen... That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts. It's not generous, it's... All right. We've cleared your ship. That should do it. Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so you shouldn't have any trouble. Even if you're scanned. Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the boundaries of this particular operation, well, I don't think I need to tell you the... We'll be keeping that if you're feeling particular. Not really, no. I've learned to keep my personal experiences separate from the job. Don't get me wrong. Let's just stick... But, let me know if you need anything else.
Where are we headed next?
unregistered starship. We're detecting... Well, we're not detecting that's an issue. What's powering that thing? You know what? Just hold still while we do the contraband check. And we're done.
What a lovely view of the Martian sky. Frankly, I'm a bit surprised to find such a delightful spot in this rather drab city.
Drive. Suppose that would explain the brownout.
Building Sidonia complete from the harsh Martian landscape.
Found a clutch of heat leeches.
Look at this place. I can't imagine being cramped down here, choking.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to
No
Arthur.
trees, no
I'm
grass.
busy.
It's depressing.
And by sensitive, I'm guessing you mean something you don't want UC security sticking their noses into. I can probably help you with that. What have you got for me? Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
The Trade Authority turning away contraband. Now I've seen everything.
All I'm going to point at is the ceiling, with my middle finger. Get that stuff out of here before UC security catches on. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit. You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do...
Well, well. It appears she suddenly remembers everything.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name... If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and, it's been a pleasure. Yes?
You got the look of a miner about you. Maybe when the new contracts finally open up, you'll give it a go. Welcome, welcome. I could spare a minute or two to chat. Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah. Unless... maybe you could help me out with a job.
Detonation occurs in 5.
Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas. And we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right? I've got a plan. Wow, it's like you're reading my mind. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can... I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some more. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first. When you've got enough...
Particle detonations concluded. It is now safe to resume normal activity.
Dozens of Vanguard pilots were now
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk away. Oh, yeah? Well, I don't know who the hell you are. So what makes you think I'm going to help you out? Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC... okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we can help you with this. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going... Right down to business! And no small talk. I like it.
Well, this is utterly ridiculous. Do we really have to jump through these hoops to get what we need from you?
Lady, if you want me to move that shipment for your pal here, you're going to do whatever the hell I want. You got that? Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of... You probably spent... Perfect. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable looking guy in the entire...
Go to Mars.
Sidonia's not so bad. Honest work, good pay.
Something I can help you with? Hey, slow down. Adler, you said? Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust. Hey, oh, wait. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good? Yeah? Come on! Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood.
Perhaps he's already been through enough.
Holy crap. Really? Thank you.
Got something for me?
Matt would like to join Sidonia
Tampering with the certified Deimos mining robot is forbidden. I would not recommend it unless you wish to test my defensive capabilities.
There are many stories in the films, but
something for me? Well, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message? Nice. Nice! You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. You think you can handle running with my, I'm interested? Come on. You're not shopping for real estate here. I'm offering you a crack at some real money. So can you handle it or what? That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Nevamora. She's second to the big... Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to the... Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
Not be Jemison,
Look who finally
but
had
this
the
ship
guts
is
to
starting
show
to
up.
feel like home.
So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew. You're funny. I hate funny. Remember that. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead. It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
So that's the notorious Nevamora. I have to say, if she's the finest that the Crimson Fleet has to offer, joining them might be a terrible mistake.
I've been tracking Rick for months. He's making it tough. Not gonna... He changes his location and identity so... But you know what? It's worth...
pilot of the Ragana. We are a simple transport ship heading to New Homestead. We do not want any trouble. Please identify. We do not want any trouble. I do not understand. don't have choice, do I? Okay. Docking bay is open. Let's talk.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece. That is not something I am going to do, not until you reveal your intentions. As far as you are concerned, I am Austin Rake. You want him? You're going to have to kill me. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about? You are asking me to betray my own crew. I don't know. To be honest, part of me really does question how things would be if our roles were reversed. Whatever he has done, it is not up to us to judge. It is a devil's choice either way. But you have a point. All right, I will do it. I've got no love for the fleet. And if Rake was one of them, my loyalties with him end. But, if I do this, you have to promise to spare the rest of the crew, and leave the supplies for New Homestead.
Is that all it takes for you to flip on me, Dimitri? Unbelievable.
It is either you or all of us, Austin. I'm sorry.
Cut the crap and just admit it. You're a coward. You know, I almost bought it. All that crap about helping people and making a difference. But at the end of the day, you're no different from the fleet. When push comes to shove, you only care about yourself.
Big mistake. That's over. I don't stock up on junk.
Was Austin really a member of the fleet? Situation. This is terrible.
What an awful situation.
I don't know if I even blame Ray.
I don't know if I even blame Rick after what the captain said.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice? You Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news. Huh. No kidding. I would have preferred anyway. You wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yep, it's that simple. This business with Rake's taught you something. Because if you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send... You better stow that crap before you make me change my mind. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
Well, we're in. I hope you know what you're doing.
You, Captain?
Commander Ikonde wants to see you. Follow me. Excuse me.
The fleet call us
We received word you boarded the Ragana. I don't care if Rake was with the fleet. The pilot and his crew were not. What you did was uncalled for. Physically, I'm sure they'll be fine. But mentally, they're long haulers, not soldiers. And they were forced to watch one of their own be executed in cold blood. You and I both know that seeing someone die firsthand, it changes you. Takes a mental toll. Things will never be the same for them again. I've already set up counseling support for the crew, should they feel the need. Given time, hope. I understand certain liberties must be taken to maintain your cover, but your core morality has to remain. If you let your role strip that away, you become one of them. You're of no use to me. Understood? Well said. Let's hope the next time your actions match the integrity of your words. Now I want to make this crystal clear. You do what you can to stay in the fleet. But do something like this again, and you're out. Permanently. But for now... Then it worked. You're in. As distasteful as your methods were, at least you managed to complete the job. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on a good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet. Yes, you passed your first test, but before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by... You should proceed with caution, regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda? Where you'll meet Delgado, no doubt.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
Agreed. The last thing we need is to infiltrate the fleet, only to be kicked out because we've underestimated one of their people.
I don't disagree, but it's important to know your enemy, and the best way, in any case, now that you're with it, we will shadow you eventually. This will also give us...
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the
Immediately, Lieutenant. I hope you're entering. Keep up the good work.
Take your time.
You wanted 4K, you got 4K. Not my problem.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
You kidding me? Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey, steal from me and get caught? Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener. The hell took you so long? Forget how to grav jump or something? Never apologize. Not if you want anyone in the fleet to respect you. And if they don't respect you, put a gun to their head and they'll get the message. But, all that aside, you made it. So now, you get to hear a nifty history lesson. Pencils ready? Good. This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old UC military star station, and now it's the fleet's base of operations. Might look a little beat up on the outside, but we keep it together. Wow, thanks, Professor. I'll be certain to pass that on to...
Don't mind Neva. Clearly, she'd rather ignore the expertise of the people under her command.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the Key. But it's better if I show you, too. Follow me. All right. History time. So, the Key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock. The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, Lock, Key. Cute, huh? Now, we've got everything the fleet needs right here. Of course, you've got to pay for it. Remember, on the key, credits are king. What the hell is this?
All right, hang on, Nav. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Aw. And you always, Angel. This here's Jasmine. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered. We'll hit up the depot next since these doors have given out on us. So anyway, we were talking about the lock. About 100 years ago, the prisoners down there rioted and took over the place. After stealing some ships, they were actually able to make it up here and took over the keep.
About time you brought us new blood, Neva. I was getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, Aludra. Anyway, welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa, whoa. It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
Yeah, sure, laugh it up. I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story. After the liberated prisoners grabbed the key, they established it as a base of operations and began pirating the spaceways. That was how the Crimson Fleet began. Of course, Jasper Cricks had a lot to do with all that, but, we'll get to him later. Rook, meet Zuri, Queen of the Rare Exports.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Neuroamps, blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Neva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way? Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss.
See
On
anything
the right,
you like?
You've got Bradley from the Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how hot. Then we got our med bay on the left, run by the one and only Samina Mizra. She'll patch you up, if you've got the money. We don't run any free clinics up in here, you don't? Okay, this is our final stop. Over there, you've got the Last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station, the Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new Rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit given what happened with the last one.
You mean Austin Rape? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this Rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our Reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, boss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, Shinya will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do. Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction. I am Shinya Voss, the official reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest. And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering. Glad you approve. Obviously, betrayal isn't taken lightly around here. Since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the fleet, I'm a prime target for information. Should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience, you might consider me the greatest threat we have. For Delgado, the bomb grants peace of mind and a certain degree of safety. It's why he's the boss. Of course. Now, thanks to advanced modifications even Ryujin would envy, I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There. You're done. All you need now is Delgado's blessing, and you'll be one of us. None. Other than my chest and arm modifications, I am but a simple man. Is the interview over now? Can we get back to work? The perfect segue into my... Thanks to our relations with contacts across the galaxy, we always have a steady stream of jobs available. I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these listings at any time, using the computers that surround the core. If Neva's chosen wisely, we certainly will. Now, I believe that covers all I have to say, so you can run along to Delgado. Take the elevator to the upper level. You should be able to find your way from there.
Alright, listen up. You can all stop complaining. Atrium to cargo bay doors have been repaired.
Of course, when the tour is over.
Here's our other new recruit.
Yeah?
So, now that we are all here, it's time to get down to business. The two of you are the only rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't be joining us ever again. Neva's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got what it takes to join the Crimson Fleet. You'd better not disappoint, or you'll find yourself answering to me, personally. All right, let's get started here. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long haul. No one quits. No one retires. The only way out is death. You stay loyal or you pay the consequences. Fleet before friends. Fleet before family. Fleet before yourself. Boss. Good. You're getting it already. I like that.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed. That is the first intelligent thing you have said this entire time, Mathis. Since you two seem so eager to move forward, let's get to your next job. Pack your cold weather gear, Rooks. Where we are going, you're going to need it.
Oh, God, don't tell me you're dragging him down to Suvarall for another one of your little initiation runs. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that goddamn campfire story.
Crix's legacy is no story, Neva. We've got fresh eyes in the fleet. And if these two want to impress, they're going to help me search those ruins.
I hope you're right, Dale. That new code we grabbed for the lock cost us a ton of credits. And a decent captain.
This initiation, as Neva calls it, is your chance to see where it all began. On Suvorov with Jasper Kryx. Kryx led the riots that gave birth to the Crimson Fleet. And if his legacy is still out there, we're going to be the ones to find it. Before Kryx left, somewhere down the... If we're gonna be...
Dale's leaving out the best part. That this whole search is... Kryx left a lot of big talk on that...
When we get our hands on... Exactly. Okay. To that end, the next stop is the lock. I've had Jazz feed the coordinates into your ship's computer. Since Mathis doesn't have a ship, he's going to ride with me. I'll see you down there, Rook. Don't keep me waiting. When you... I think those record...
Rook,